Howdy kids, Bob Harris here, senior editor at footballdiehards.com. It's week 8. It's time for the Saturday injury preview, review, update, overview thing we like to do. Get you up to speed on all the injuries and where people stand and kind of the chronological order that you need to be prepared to deal with things. So we'll start out by noting the Falcons, Cowboys, Chargers, and Titans all on bye this week. Get them out of your lineups. I'll also point out that Will Fuller suffered a torn ACL in the fantastic Thursday night game. He's done for the season. So Kiki QT likely to move up in that rotation when he's healthy. He's been dealing with hamstrings, didn't play against the Dolphins in this one. So Sammy Coates, Vincent Smith also available, and they've worked out Bryce Butler already. They're likely to work out more. Something to watch in coming days. We'll start out with the London game, early kickoff, 9:30 a.m. Eastern time. Leonard Fournette out for the Jaguars again. James O'Shaughnessy, the tight end, also out. At running back, Carlos Hyde will make his Jaguars debut against the Eagles. He'll split time with TJ Yeldon. Hard to know what that split's going to be in advance, right? It might be a game flow thing. The Eagles will be out without Darren Sproles, but they should benefit from a beat-up Jaguars secondary. Jalen Ramsey, the only starter available. A.J. Boye didn't make the trip. Tyler Packon, the slot corner's out. DJ Hayden, doubtful. So could be some opportunities for the passing attack there for Philadelphia. Early afternoon kickoffs. Washington Redskins going up against the Giants in the Meadowlands. Chris Thompson's questionable with rib and knee injuries that have sidelined him the last 2 weeks. Paul Richardson missed last week with the shoulder and knees, also questionable. Both seem likely to return. Thompson said he will. Jay Gruden expressed optimism about Richardson. Jamison Crowder's been ruled out in this one. I'll have the official status of Thompson and Richardson in the 90 minutes leading up to kickoff. Adrian Peterson removed from the injury report after limited early in the week. He's been dealing with the ankle and shoulder injuries. Haven't slowed him down at all, right? Allen Robinson and Khalil Mack for the Chicago Bears going up against the Jets. In Chicago, Robinson has a groin issue, Mack an ankle. Both played through the injuries last week, not especially effectively, right? It's certainly not productively in Robinson's case, so that's something to watch. On the other side of the ball, Robbie Anderson's listed as doubtful, all but officially ruled out, has an ankle injury. Don't know if it's high or low. They kind of vacillated. Todd Bowles, when he talked about it, surprisingly didn't offer much detail. Bilal Powell ruled out of this game. Quincy Enunwa ruled out. Powell won't play again this year. He'll have neck surgery. Trenton Cannon, 6th-round rookie, very fast player, will be the change of pace behind Isaiah Crowell this week in the backfield. Elijah McGuire is getting close to return. He had the fractured foot coming off IR. Could happen this week, could happen next week. So this next coming week 9 or week 10, I should say. As for the receiving core, Rashard Matthews was signed this week, so it'll be Jermaine Kearse. It'll be Rashard Matthews most likely. Sharon Peak and the guys, kind of Andre Roberts, etc. Chris Herndon, the tight end's also kind of on the rise a little bit, player to watch there. For the Detroit Lions taking on the Seattle Seahawks, Theo Riddick's been ruled out for a second straight week with a knee injury. Opens the door for more work for Kerryon Johnson, LeGarrette Blount. We saw Amir Abdullah last week fill in too, but Kerryon Johnson remains the primary back there. Seattle, everyone's off the injury report. Ned Dixon should make his Seahawks debut this week, the tight end who spent the first part of the season on the PUP list. For the Denver Broncos at Kansas City, Royce Freeman and Deshaun Hamilton both ruled out for this game. That means Philip Lindsay has a clear path to workload. I'm sure Devontae Booker will chip in, but Lindsay should be the primary guy. The Cincinnati Bengals take on the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Giovanni Bernard, John Ross, Tyler Kroft, all ruled out in this game. Seems like Bernard should be close to getting back, and we'll watch for that maybe next week. But this week he is out against the Buccaneers. Torrey Smith for the Carolina Panthers, hosting the Baltimore Ravens. He's been ruled out with a knee injury. Cam Newton had a sore shoulder. He was on the injury report early in the week, was removed on Friday. Sounds like they'll go easy on him every week, so expect a little bit of drama with him each week early on as he's limited with a right shoulder issue, but he should play as usual, no issues there. Late afternoon games, this is where it starts getting dicey, right? The Indianapolis Colts are really beat up, and among them, Marlon Mack listed as questionable, coming off a couple great games. He has an ankle injury, didn't practice early in the week, came back, got limited work Friday. Frank Reich didn't say much about his chances of playing, so this is one we'll have to watch right up through kickoff. He was more optimistic about Jack Doyle returning from his hip injury. This week, he's been out since early in September. He's worked on a limited basis this week. Adam Vinatieri has a right groin issue. They didn't sign another kicker. He's listed as questionable. Seems likely to go. Frank Reich expressed optimism about him. Zach Pascal, wide receiver, not clear if he'll be ready to go. He's questionable with a head injury. Already ruled out. Ryan Grant, the wide receiver, running back Robert Turbin, tight end Eric Swope. So they will not play. On the other side of the ball, We have a new feature back. We'll see how it works out. Doug Martin's in. Marshawn Lynch out. Will had a groin issue, had surgery, maybe come back week 16, maybe not. Jalen Richard also in the mix. He's an interesting guy in PPR leagues, but Martin gets his first shot at a feature role since his days in Tampa Bay. Matt Breida listed as questionable for the 49ers going against the Arizona Cardinals. Worried that they might hold him out this week. He only made it through 5 snaps last week, kind of in and out of the lineup. Raheem Mostert's been playing well. Alfred Morris still on hand, so maybe they go easy on Breida and try and preserve him or at least get him healthy in this one. Pierre Garçon listed as doubtful with shoulder and knee issues. Seems all but certain not to play. Dante Pettis, however, is off the injury report and ready to return. 49ers sound like they're counting on him to do a big job, so that's something to watch too. Other side of the ball, Jermaine Gresham listed as questionable with a heel injury, and Phil Dawson, the kicker, with a right hip issue. He's also questionable. They did add Matt McCrane, the former Raiders kicker, to their practice squad. That's something to watch for late Saturday afternoon on the breaking news section to see if they've promoted him from the practice squad. That'd be an indication Dawson's not going to go, and I'm hoping that none of us are relying on the Arizona Plays kickers. Byron Leftwich in as the play caller there. We'll see if he can get David Johnson and Larry Fitzgerald jump-started. That seems to be the goal. For the Green Bay Packers in Los Angeles, take on the Rams. That's a big game, right? Randall Cobb, still questionable with the hamstring. He did work on a limited basis. Seems like he's close to returning. Equanimeous St. Brown, rookie wide receiver, has a knee issue. He's also questionable. We'll see if he can get in the mix. But Geronimo Allison off the injury report. Jimmy Graham off the injury report. And Aaron Rodgers, of course, not fully healthy, but not on the injury report. And we'll see what he can do against this Rams defense that's out to get him. On the other side of the ball, Cooper Kupp listed as doubtful, all but certainly won't play. Maybe a week away with the knee issue that he's been dealing with. Josh Reynolds will continue to move up in the rotation behind Robert Woods and Brandon Cooks. And so that takes us to Sunday night. New Orleans Saints going to Minnesota. A little replay of the great playoff game. We'll see how that works out. Dalvin Cook will not be on hand for this one again. Latavius Murray will get the starts. Tough Saints run defense, but they've been giving him a lot of carries and allowing him to get in a rhythm. He's broken off some long runs. Interesting play. Really helpful to the passing attack to have a strong rushing attack, obviously. Monday night games where it gets dicey. LaShawn McCoy listed as questionable, or not listed yet. They haven't released the injury report. Expected questionable designation. I don't know that we'll know if he's through the concussion protocol Saturday, Sunday, maybe even up to Monday. That's one to watch. Derek Anderson has been limited. He will still start at quarterback with Josh Allen still out. Chris Ivory has a hamstring issue. Mike Rodak of ESPN reporting this morning that there's really no worry about him playing. Maybe he gets a questionable designation, but if McCoy doesn't go, Ivory will. The other side of the ball, surprise Saturday morning, Sony Michel was on the practice field. If you saw the knee injury last Sunday against Chicago, it looked like he'd miss a while. We'll see if he can be available this week. Saints maybe err on the side of caution, but he was on the practice field Saturday, along with Rob Gronkowski, Josh Gordon, both working on a limited basis this week. Michelle did not work the first 2 days of the week. Gronkowski told reporters Saturday after practice that he intends to play against Buffalo. It's his hometown. We'll see. Expect questionable designations for these guys at best, and game time decisions, or at least deal with them like game time decisions. So there you have it. Hit the main page of the site all throughout the rest of Saturday, throughout Sunday. I'll have all the inactive announcements in real time. We'll also have the live video pregame show with Armando, Marcel, and Bobby Gomes. Check out Jen Ryan's cheat sheet. Her Excel file is the most amazing thing. It has DFS values, prices, hit points, has the Vegas lines, has all kinds of season-long position-by-position content too. I use it religiously every week. Have tons of columns and information available, all the podcasts, all the Brad Cruz's sit-start is always a great thing. Bobby Gomes, tournament and cash breakdowns for DFS. All Armando Marsal's, John Lobb, I'll have their stuff up as well. So go check out the main page of the site. If you're a Yahoo player, JJ Buck has the Yahoo DFS stuff up for you. Gary Davenport with the Shadow Nose and the IDP tip sheet. So get all of this. You can catch me Saturday night on SiriusXM NFL Radio. I'll be doing the Football Die Hard show with Mike Dempsey from 8 to 11. You can catch me Sunday morning pregame, the 2 hours leading up to kickoff. 11 to 1 p.m. with Jeff Manns on SiriusXM Fantasy Sports Radio. You can catch me every day with Mike Dempsey on SiriusXM Fantasy Sports Radio and SiriusXM NFL throughout various days of the week, but we're on every day on the Fantasy Channel from 6 to 8 p.m. So don't miss that, and hit the site up. We'll be here for you. Have a great week, and good luck.